Thousands of candles can be lit from a single candle, and the life of the candle will not be shortened. Happiness never decreases by being shared. You're on the Happiness Project, and I am Dhanya. Sanjeev Thomas is one of the leading guitarists of the country, and the guitarist AR Rahman chose for himself. He is the founder and chief mentor at Rainbow Bridge. His albums Epic Shit and Freewill have topped the charts and won numerous awards, including the Rolling Stone Awards. Let's welcome guitarist, vocalist, tutor, and music composer Sanjeev Thomas onto the Happiness Project. Welcome to the Happiness Project, Sanjeev.
Thank you, Dhanya. Thank you.
Very happy to have you here.
I'm very happy to be here because, I told you earlier that, it's one thing to be in interviews, but, I've really liked the way you've, conducted your interviews and, things to
now
make
you're
it
putting
different.
pressure on me. No,
really,
I'm not taking
really
that now.
Really happy to be here.
Sanjeev, you said Sanjeev's music has evolved and took form because of your experiences with people. ഒരു കോൺസ്റ്റൻറ്റ് ഫോമോ സ്ട്രക്ചറോ ഒന്നും ഇല്ലാതെ ശരിക്കും പറഞ്ഞാൽ ഒരു ഫ്ലൂയിഡ് സ്റ്റൈലാണ്. യു ഹാവ് ഇൻകോപ്പറേറ്റഡ് പ്രിറ്റി മച്ച് എല്ലാ തരത്തിലുള്ള ജോണർ ഓഫ് മ്യൂസിക്. ടെൽ മീ ഇൻ വിച്ച് കോണ്ടെക്സ്റ്റ് യു സെഡ് ഇറ്റ് ആൻഡ് കുഡ് യു നറേറ്റ് സം എക്സ്പീരിയൻസസ്?
I think generally music is inspired by life because of how varied and how, broad it is, music has so many genres, it has so many languages, it's all over the world. Maybe it's connected to religion sometimes it's not.
True.
So it's so wide and vibrant that just like how we learn from people, from the experiences we have with people, I think music is also something that evolves from those experiences, And of course, a lot of it has got to do with meeting people who are in music or in the arts of any form. Those are the people who inspire you a lot. But I think it's music is a broad subject, and life is also the same way. So we learn a lot from life and from people who are part of our lives, and I think that is one of our greatest learning experiences.
ഇതിനകത്തൊരു വളരെ റെലവൻ്റ് ആയിട്ടുള്ള ഒരു കാര്യം പറഞ്ഞത് നമ്മുടെ എത്രത്തോളം റിലിജിയൻ നമ്മുടെ മ്യൂസിക്കിനെ ഇൻഫ്ലുവൻസ് ചെയ്യുന്നു എന്നുള്ളതാണ്. സഞ്ജീവിൻ്റെ ഏറ്റവും ആദ്യത്തെ എക്സ്പീരിയൻസ് വുഡ് ഹാവ് ബീൻ പ്രോബബ്ലി എ കോയർ കൈൻഡ് ഓഫ് എ മ്യൂസിക്. അപ്പോൾ ആ സമയത്തും എനിക്കൊന്നും ഒരു 3 വയസ്സ് തൊട്ട് യു ഹാവ് ബീൻ കംപ്ലീറ്റ്ലി ഇമ്മേഴ്സ്ഡ് ഇൻ മ്യൂസിക്. ആ ഒരു എക്സ്പീരിയൻസ് ഉണ്ടായിരുന്നല്ലോ, സ്റ്റേജിൽ കയറി പാടിയ കഥ, അതൊന്നും ഞാൻ ഒന്നുകൂടെ ഒന്ന് കേൾക്കട്ടെ.
So basically, when I was young, I was a huge Bee Gees fan. Bee Gees versus ABBA, I don't know. Sister was with ABBA and I was with Bee Gees, right? And so we always used to have that fight. So by then, by 4 വയസ്സ് 5 വയസ്സൊക്കെ ആയിരുന്നപ്പോൾ I was a huge fan of the Bee Gees. I was huge enough where I wouldn't eat lunch without watching them live on the TV. So I watched the live concert, come back for an urla, come back, go back to the TV, things like that. ഒരു ഇൻസിഡൻറ്റ് ഞാൻ മമ്മി പറഞ്ഞതാണ്, because obviously I don't remember at that age, but നമ്മൾ പള്ളിയിൽ പോയിരുന്നപ്പം മൈക്ക് ഓൺ ആയിട്ട് ഇരിക്കുമായിരുന്നു സ്റ്റേജിൽ. Nobody was there in the stage in the church, and I looked at this as an opportunity and went up the stage and mic എടുത്തിട്ട് I started singing the song Tragedy, which is a very popular song from the Bee Gees, and I sang it in my own baby language.
Baby voice.
And so that I think it made everyone laugh at the church that day, and then they had to pull me off from the stage, and I wanted to be with the mic still, but that was a cool incident that happened during that time.
You are working studio il work ചെയ്യുന്നുണ്ട്, ബാൻഡ്സിൻ്റെ കൂടെ പെർഫോം ചെയ്തിട്ടുണ്ട്. വിൽ കം ടു AR Rahman sir as well. പക്ഷെ സ്റ്റേജുമായിട്ടുള്ള ബന്ധം സഞ്ജീവ് എന്ന മ്യൂസിഷ്യൻ്റെ എന്താ?
So generally I'm an introvert, so I don't talk too much generally in real life. I'm not, but the stage is a place where I let loose and there's this wild side of me that comes out.
Is there?
Yeah. So I'm definitely not an introvert when I'm on stage. I'm a total extrovert. I'm doing the craziest of things. Jumping around, mingling with people and all that. It just transforms me. When I stage I just become someone else. So So I think that has been a home for me of sorts, the stage, wherever I go and play and perform. I mean, സംസാരിക്കാൻ അത്രയും I mean, I wouldn't be very proactive in talking, but if you tell me to sing and be on stage, I can do that any day of my life.
എനിക്കെന്തോ ഇത് പറഞ്ഞപ്പോൾ ഓർമ്മ വന്നത് ആൽബത്തിൻ്റെ ഫസ്റ്റ് ആൽബത്തിൻ്റെ ടൈറ്റിലാണ് Freewill. I think in a way a stage in the പറയുന്നത് is your free will expressing itself.
Exactly.
ആ ബാൻഡിൻ്റെ ആദ്യത്തെ ആൽബത്തിൻ്റെ ആ ഒരു കോൺസെപ്റ്റ് വന്നത് അതെങ്ങനെയാണ്?
Basically, it was to showcase that wild side of me. ഒരു വീഡിയോ ഇറങ്ങിയായിരുന്നു, ഫ്രീവിൽ ഇറങ്ങിയപ്പോൾ ഒരു വീഡിയോ ഇറങ്ങിയായിരുന്നു. I mean, if you see that video, I mean, I want to delete that video right now. But it's a video of me being half naked. I had long hair back then and all like some iron jewelry and all that stuff. And I'm basically rocking it out on top of some mountain in Kodaikanal.
Really?
So that is the first track of the album. And it's still there on YouTube. I mean,
and you're
many
very
times.
Embarrassed about
Yeah. There are some people who find it. Hey, is this you? Did you actually do this? But yeah, I mean, when I was younger, I think I was more open to do crazy things like that, and that was good. I mean, because that was something that I wouldn't do normally as an introvert, and But I've done some crazy things, and it was all for the sake of music. So,
Can I hear 2 lines from your favorite track in the album, Freewill?
Freewill.
I'm trying to imagine you as this mountain molla. It's chain clothes.
Something like that. It's just a moment to be free. Something like that. Just some. I don't remember, but yeah, it's been, I think it was in 2006, I don't know, that album. It was basically a compilation of a couple of singles which I released during that time, and then I put it together as the album.
പക്ഷേ എപ്പിക് ഷിറ്റ് അങ്ങനെ ആയിരിക്കില്ല. എപ്പിക് ഷിറ്റ് ഒന്ന് ആലോചിച്ച് നോക്കൂ.
Epic Shit was a properly planned album, and
അതിന്റെ ടൈറ്റിൽ എവിടെ നിന്ന് കണ്ടുപിടിച്ചു ദൈവമേ?
അത് basically, I can tell you the story behind that. So basically,
you're sure you want to tell the story behind Epic Shit?
Nothing too much. So basically, this whole album came out of the space called Springer, which I started a few years ago. Kochi started. So me and a couple of friends, we started this space, and then one of the main things that we decided to do is to do this album of mine. And it was a completely live album, unlike going to the studio and tracking track by track. We all assembled in Springer and did the whole album live. And so basically recording take after take, practicing and playing together, and Pandate style like Ilayaraja style ellarum orimichu live
orchestra
recording. That our scene. So during my days in Springer, obviously we are all charged up and we started this new thing. We wanted to do big things. Wanted to prove that we can start a venue here also. Keralathil namukku start a music revolution. Angana oru scene, angana oru full very So it's a saying that just passed around during that time, that that we used to keep saying, we'll only do epic shit. We do only epic shit. So that kept happening. So then we eventually just named the album Epic Shit, because that was a thing that was, we do only epic shit. Yeah. That kind of.
Adundo edengilum favorite track that you can play now, or is it like so heavy?
The most popular track was Chekele, which is my version of Chekele, which I did. That's why I can probably. Chekeladi kimmunde thayyam taru chembattu veeshum mumbe thayyam taru kalimala tara tambrankudi mala tedi nada kollane thayyam taru
പല ജോണേഴ്സിൽ പെർഫോം ചെയ്യുന്നുണ്ട്. അപ്പോൾ സജീവിന് പേഴ്സണലി ഏറ്റവും അധികം അലൈൻമെൻ്റ് ഉള്ള ജോണർ ഏതാണ്, വിച്ച് യു പേഴ്സണലി എൻജോയ് ആൻഡ് വോണ്ട് ടു എക്സ്പ്ലോർ മോർ ആസ് എ മ്യൂസിഷ്യൻ? അതേതാണ്?
I think that evolution is always there. I mean, when I started as a kid, like I said, it started with pop and disco because that was the most happening music back then. But then, as I came into college, it was rock, obviously. So that whole, from the Beatles to Jimmy to everyone, back then. So obviously, a lot of my basis is from rock.
Okay.
But then eventually, it has evolved to so many things. Like, I was always surrounded with Indian music, also at home, also. But then I never took a great liking to it initially. But after AR and things like that happened, and after collaborating with many Indian musicians also, that's when I developed a passion for Indian music. And Pangana Indian music kuda vannappo for a fusion the rock and Indian things like that. And but then, like I said, I'm also a producer. So apart from the band and all that stuff, I produce music. And when you produce music, you produce all kinds of genres.
All kinds of music. In ശരിക്കും ഒരു കർണാട്ടിക് or something which is very Indian, can I hear it on your guitar? Something which I can't imagine otherwise. You're the quintessential rocker guy look-wise and with the guitar and all that. പക്ഷെ അതിൽ നിന്ന് വ്യത്യസ്തമായൊരു സൗണ്ട്, ഒരു piece of music.
Maybe you know this one? It's called Mohana Rama. You know this? It's a kruti from something, and I've kind of used this. Not the tune, but kind of made a track inspired out of this in the new album that's coming out.
സഞ്ജീവിൻ്റെ ഏറ്റവും വലിയ കൊളാബറേഷൻ ആൻഡ് അസോസിയേഷൻ ഇസ് വിത്ത് AR റഹ്മാൻ. ഏകദേശം 10 വർഷമാണ് അദ്ദേഹത്തിൻ്റെ കൂടെ. ആ പൊസിഷൻ ഭയങ്കര എൻവിയബിൾ പൊസിഷനാണ് ആസ് ലീഡ് ഗിറ്റാറിസ്റ്റ് ഫോർ ഓൾ ഹിസ് ഷോസ് ആൻഡ് റെക്കോർഡിങ്സ്. അപ്പോഴാ സമയത്ത് റിയലൈസ് ചെയ്തിരുന്നോ എത്ര വലിയ കാര്യമാണ്, എത്ര പേര് കുശും പിടിച്ചിരിപ്പുണ്ട് ആ സ്ഥലത്തിരിക്കാൻ വേണ്ടി? What was that experience like for you?
Initially also when I was in college, I was heavily into rock, and Indian music was still not. I was because when you usually rockers, they're very what do you say? They have an allegiance to rock, meaning like they will only listen to rock. Everything else is bad. Angana oru attitude aanu generally.
Attitude
for rockers. I had that. I like Indian music. But yeah, I think after AR is when the way he played around with Indian music and how he used the way he worked with it and how he came out with it, and just being personally with him and seeing all of this happen at the same time, and you also being part of that music, so angana slowly Indian music came into me, and I got really like AR really actually played a big role for that, to bring that love for Indian music in me back again.
But he must also have changed you, a person in the Nelikim Adigam, because you're closely working with him.
Yeah.
As a professional and as a person.
So that's what I'll tell you, I can probably tell you the initial meeting with AR. So even though I was in Chennai for a while, I had never had dreams of AR nu vendi kalikanam angana, because I was still rocker in heart, So I was like, AR, okay. He's there, that's all, But then one day I get this call suddenly, and it is from AR's office. The manager calls me. Then after that, AR talks to me. Can you play this? And then the whole journey started. And then slowly, when things started happening, my name kept featuring in the records. Then I started playing the concerts, then I kind of realized that this is quite a big responsibility that I've, taken my hands into. I mean, and I saw people, like you said, kushumbum, mangantola, that's all natural, But it took me a while to understand the position that I was and, the pressure that was to hold that position and all that. But end of the day, I think it was a wonderful experience, whatever talent that you have, usually musicians, like people like us musicians or people who have talents, usually have a bigger ego than normal people because they think we are gifted by God and, we have this cool talent with us. But I think that is something that you see with AR, that whatever talent he has or whoever he deals with or works with, it doesn't really show. He doesn't show that, I've done this or, I am this. So, so I think that whole humility, which comes from spirituality, is something that we all learned. I mean, not just me, but everyone who was part of that team kind of understood and kind of, I hope a lot of them have translated that in their own lives. Because it's in the film industry, it's very easy to have that ego and to have things in power and when you are seen in a certain way. But then if you can still be kind to people and still be just normal and not be,
throwing a weight around.
Yeah, I think that's a great situation. I mean, maybe initially it might not prove great, but then in the long run, I think
it helps.
It helps and it makes you a better human being. I think I would owe a lot of my being a better human being to him also, in that matter. More than the music and more than any of that.
Sanjeev, your request in the നിലയ്ക്ക് ചോദിക്കുകയാണ്. എനിക്ക് ഭയങ്കര ഇഷ്ടമുള്ള ട്രാക്സിൽ അതിലൊന്നാണ് വിനയ് താണ്ടിയിലെ. അതിൻ്റെ ഏതെങ്കിലും സഞ്ജീവിന് ഇഷ്ടമുള്ള, ആൻഡ് നൗ ടു റിയലൈസ് ദാറ്റ് അതിൻ്റെ ഗിറ്റാർസ് അതിൻ്റെ പാട്ട് മുഴുവൻ സഞ്ജീവാണ് ചെയ്തതെന്നുള്ളത് വെച്ചാൽ ഇറ്റ്സ് എ ബിഗ് റെവലേഷൻ ഫോർ മീ ആൻഡ് ഐ ഫീൽ ലൈക്ക് വെരി എക്സൈറ്റഡ് അബൌട്ട് ഇറ്റ്. ക്യാൻ യു പ്ലീസ് സിംഗ് ഇറ്റ്, പ്ലേ ദ ഗിറ്റാർ ഫോർ മീ?
I just play the little bit of the title track. So I think it's one of my favorite tracks.
Really?
Yeah.
ഞങ്ങളുടെ ഒരു കോൺസെപ്റ്റ് ഉണ്ട്, ഒരു ഹാപ്പിനെസ് പിൽ എന്നൊരു കോൺസെപ്റ്റ് ഉണ്ട്, വെൻ യു ആർ ഡൗൺ ആൻഡ് ലോ ആൻഡ് ഒരു ആർട്ടിസ്റ്റ് എന്ന നിലയ്ക്ക് ദാറ്റ്സ് യു ഗോ ത്രൂ ഓൾ കൈൻഡ്സ് ഓഫ് മൂഡ്സ്. ഹൗ ഡു യു പ്രോസസ് ദാറ്റ് വിത്ത്, ഹൗ ഡു യു കൗണ്ടർ ആക്ട് ഓൺ ദാറ്റ്? ഒരു ഹാപ്പിനെസ് പിൽ ഉണ്ടെങ്കിൽ അതെന്താണ്?
I mean, for me, the biggest happiness pill will be the music.
Of course, that apart. Gardening?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I have few small hobbies like that. I love gardening. I love, whenever I travel, I try and pick up plants from different places. So, like if I travel somewhere, I take a small pot, something from there, and then I plant it in my garden. So things like that, small things like that, which I do. I like cooking once in a while.
Oh, do you cook?
I usually
Mostly?
cook Indian. Indian is what I cook. I'm good at Indian. Curries and stuff like that, I'm good.
Okay. And I think you also like kids a lot. You like spending time with kids.
Yeah, I love kids, yeah. Because I think I'm a kid myself. So, just being, like, usually when people hang around with kids, they go down to their level.
Yeah.
Like saying, hey, they also try to act like kids, but that's not what kids really want.
How?
kids want you to treat them like a mature person, like just like how you would talk to another adult. You know? That's what kids want. They want their elders also to talk to them like they are
grown-ups.
They are grown-ups, you know. And so that's what I do. That's how I, deal with kids. And because of that, I get so much more response from them. They are also like, oh, not bad. This guy gives me respect. Maybe I should continue the conversation with him or have fun or play some games, something. So I think I have a special connection with kids, and I think with the school also, things have. It's great to have that routine to go to school and see these kids enjoy and bring not only just learn music but also bring in their problems there and talk about what they did in school or what went wrong in school, and then maybe even we give them advice on what could be good or
I can't imagine you, Sanjeev, like that.
it's
wild rocker guy and kids. It's kind of interesting. It's a good combination.
It's like I mean, when you're an introvert and you have another side which can go loose, it's about managing that dual personality. I can be both. So.
ഏറ്റവും അധികം സന്തോഷം നൽകുന്ന കാര്യം എന്താണ് സഞ്ജീവിന്?
I mean, I like everything, but I think playing the guitar probably would be something that I would do more often. Even if I'm not working, I would still play the guitar. But then other things I wouldn't do. I would do only when I'm working. But yeah, I'm a person who likes doing many things and who likes learning many things also at the same time. I mean, I've said this somewhere. All of us say that, okay, I want to become doctor. I want to be one thing.
Yeah.
But I say, why do you want to be one thing? When you can be someone else the next day. I want to be a gardener. I want to be, a traveler doing this, or I want to be a musician. I want to do, and I think that is the new revelation of this generation. I mean, anybody can do many things and not just do one thing and be bored all your life with that one thing.
Sanjeev, we'll wrap up this episode. ഞാൻ സഞ്ജീവിനോട് സഞ്ജീവിൻ്റെ ഫിലോസഫി ഓഫ് ഹാപ്പിനെസ് ചോദിക്കുന്നില്ല, പക്ഷേ സഞ്ജീവിന് പേഴ്സണലി ഒത്തിരി ഹാപ്പിനെസ് നൽകുന്ന പാട്ടാവാം, അല്ലെങ്കിൽ സഞ്ജീവ് ഒരു ഹാപ്പി സോങ് എന്ന് കരുതുന്ന ഒരു പാട്ടാവാം. വിത്ത് എനി ഓഫ് ദോസ് തിങ്സ് ഇൻ മൈൻഡ്, ലവ് ടു ഹിയർ സംതിങ്. We wrap up with that.
I think when you mention happy, I think I have a different concept of happy.
Okay.
In the sense of when someone says happy, I mean usually. Okay, but now that you've asked me to sing a happy song, so I mean, maybe a normal person would say, okay, maybe I would sing a song like La Bamba or something, which is fun and moving and dancing numbers, things like that. But when you say happy, to me, I kind of think of, okay, what is a powerful song to sing, something that can change or something that has a message. And that's why I'm thinking, maybe I'm weird.
Basically, you believe that music can change people.
Yeah, and obviously that's going to bring happiness, right, at the end of the day.
Yeah.
And as a genre, probably when you say happiness, I can think of reggae, because that's reggae is always happy.
Yeah.
And so yeah, maybe I can. Until the philosophy of one man reigns superior than another, inferior is finally and permanently discredited and abandoned, 'cause everywhere is war. Say war. Some singing, some crying, some living, some dying. Oh, we don't need no more trouble. We don't need no more trouble. 'Cause what we need is love to guide and protect our own. And we receive it from above. Take us to guide us through alone. We don't need. Sing with me. Come on. No more trouble. We don't need no more trouble. We don't need no more trouble. Thank you.
Thank you so much for coming on the show.
Thank you so much.
Lovely talking to you.
Had
Thank
a
you
great
so
time.
much.
Thank you.
Thank you.